Hello, welcome back to Cracking the Cryptic, and today a puzzle called Focus on Symmetry 2 by Mad Tires. This has been recommended to us, and there is a feature of this grid which is astonishing. So I haven't properly read the rules, and I assume they will uncover to me what I don't understand at the moment. So we'll look at these in a moment. There's modifier cells, but they can't be the normal ones. And as I say, I'm going to read the rules and find out what they are. And I'll explain also why I think, maybe once I've started the puzzle, I'll explain why I knew something about the rule must be unusual. Anyway, don't forget that on Patreon, you can try Blobs' absolutely fantastic Back to the Future Sudoku hunt with 10 fantastic puzzles, lots of line Sudoku in it, and others too, but they're really, really good. One or two especially tricky, but super fun. And celebrating their film from 40 years ago, of course. So that's on Patreon, along with Simon Solve of Listened by Eck. Later in the month, there'll be my monthly hard crossword, which I did manage to record this month. And of course, all the connections videos. So loads going on there. The links under the video will also take you to SVEN'S SUDOKU PAD, where you could support Sven. Somebody remarked after yesterday's puzzle by Michael Lefkowitz that sometimes we forget to applaud how incredible the Sudoku Pad technology is, and it's very much thanks to Sven. And that's true. Now, there's also, of course, a link to our apps, and that will take you not only to apps featuring line Sudoku like today's, but also Fog of War and The Worms, currently by Marty Sears and James Sinclair, but two more being released this week by none other than Michael Lefkowitz from yesterday and Fistamafel. I'm not kidding. These are coming out this week, and we really hope that you will enjoy them. They're very interesting puzzles, super worms. Give them a try when they come out. They're not out yet. They're not out today. That much I think I know. But they will be coming out both on all three platforms, Android, AppStore, and of course Steam. Steam is normally the slowest, I think, although I'm not sure. Anyway, we'll just wait for those companies to kind of approve them and put them out once we've submitted them. Now, let's have a look at this Focus on Symmetry 2 by Mad Tires. So, first of all, normal Sudoku rules apply. 1 to 9 in every row, every column, and every 3 by 3 box. Hurrah! There are 9 focus cells in the grid, 1 in each row column and marked 3 by 3 box. So they could, for instance, be in these cells, I reckon. That's a set of 9, 1 in each row, column, and box. The focus cells must contain a complete set of the digits 1 to 9. The value of a focus cell is the sum of the row number and the column number of the cell. For example, if row 4, column 8 is a focus cell, row 4, column 8, this would have a value of 12 if it was a focus cell. So that's how they work. They add the row number and the column number. And I say, aha. On a blue line, the values, the box borders divide the blue line into segments that have an equal sum, given that if there's a focus cell, like if that was the focus cell, row 4, column 8, as suggested, these two would add up to 12 plus that one. And then that would have to equal the value of these 3 digits. So those are the rules. N, of course, N is the segment total on a line. It can be different for different lines. Now, I will explain once I get started why I knew that there was an unusual, why the modifier cells wouldn't be doublers or halvers or, I don't know about plus ones. Anyway, I will explain in a moment. Give this puzzle a try on the first link under the video. Let's get cracking. So, the interesting feature of this puzzle, first of all, is that it's fully symmetric. All of these lines, if you rotated the grid 180 degrees, this puzzle would look exactly the same. If the modifiers were doublers or halvers, for instance, or some of the normal modifiers that we see, there would have to be 2 possible solutions. because you could rotate the grid. You wouldn't know which way up it was meant to be. Now, the fact is, with these focus cells, we're using row and column numbers, so there is a big difference between the potential focus cell there, 1 and 1 equals 2, and the one here, which would be 18. Anyway, enough theory, let's go. Let's go. I don't know how to go. Okay, this is suspicious. We've got 4 digits there and 1 here. I tell you what, because of what I've just said, it is more suspicious down here. That's weird. Yeah, it is. These 4 cells, I'll tell you in a moment why it doesn't apply up here, but these 4 cells must have a value of at least 10. The digits in them, if they were natural, if they weren't focus cells, would be at least 1, 2, 3, and 4, adding up to 10. If they had a focus cell in, it would be, in this case, at least 14, row 7, column 7. In the case of, well, this cell, 15, that would be 17, and that would be 18. And that would completely, the fact is, the value of these, the sum of the values of these cells is at least 10. That's a really key feature, because it means this digit cannot be natural. Because if it was natural, it would have a maximum value of 9, but it must equal the values there. So we're sticking in red here. This is a focus cell, and that means that every other cell in its row and column and box is natural. So we've got a natural pair there. Oh, we've got a natural cell here. Ah, look. Okay, I was going to, and I nearly forgot, explain to you why that didn't apply up here. But we can see that it is important. Okay, what do these add up to? If they were all natural, again, they would be at least 1, 2, 3, 4. And now this line would break, because this digit is a natural digit up to 9. So one of these is a focus cell, but it has to be a specific. If it was that one, it would have a value of 2, but you could still put a 2 on the line. So you get an effective repeat, which is what you need to do on this line to make it work. If this was the focus cell, it would have a value of 3. And then these could be 1, 2, 3, and this could be 9. So I think the focus cell is in one of those 2. The reason it can't be here is the focus value of this would be row 3, column 2. That would be 5. And then you'd have to put natural cells there, which would take the line total up to 11 and bust that, and this is even worse. So the focus cell on this line is in one of those. Well, it might be another one, but there is a focus cell in one of these. These are all natural because column 1's had its 1 there. And now we know something about the numbers as well. So let's think about that, because we don't know anything about the digit that goes in the focus cell. That's a total irrelevance at the moment. What we do know about is the digits that are natural on this line. Because I think they have to come from 1, 2, 3, 4. If the focus digit was here, it would have a value of 2. Then these could at most be 1, 2, 4, coming to 9 here. The absolute minimum for this line is 8, I think, with a 2 there as a focus, and then 1, 2, 3 here. So this digit is 8 or 9. These are from 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm tempted to say that I was going to say one of these is 1. That's not necessarily true. One of the natural digits in this box is a 1. Well, on this line. Now, what about this? This is the sum. Oh, we know the value of this because it's row 6, column 6. It's 12. None of these can be focus now, because that would have a value of at least 14 on its own, and the others are bigger. So those are natural digits adding up to 12. This I don't know about. This cannot be a focus digit. It's row 8, column 7. If it was a focus digit, its value would be 15, and that would have to have a natural 15, and we're not doing that. So that's Good. If this was a focus digit, its value would be row 7, column 9, 16, and they would be 9 and 7. That's possible. That one we don't know about. It would have a focus value of 7. This is the sum of those. This would have a focus value of 8. That is just possible at the moment, so I don't know there. Goodness me, I don't know what we're looking for here. Some line that I haven't figured out. That is 12, and these add up to 12, therefore. What would their focus value be? It's quite big down here. This is row 7, column 5. That would have a value of 12. So that would bust the line. And these would be even higher. So they're definitely natural. The focus digit in the box is here. And that one would have a natural value of, a focus value of 11. That is perfectly plausible. But these are now focused natural digits. And there's a focus digit here on this line adding up to 8 or 9. If it was here, row 1, column 5, it would be 6. If it was here, it would be 7. If it was here, it would be 8. Those are impossible. If you put a focus value of 7 there, these would be at least natural 1 and 2. You'd add up to 10 and break that. So these are not focus. It is a value of 6. And these are now a 1 and a 2. And that's a 9. And the value of this line is 9. And, well, that didn't take away any degree of freedom. Oh, that did. That has stopped this being focus. That's natural. This is focus. Its value, row 2, column 1, is 3. So these other 3 digits are 1, 2, 3, aren't they? And that's a triple in this row. What does that do here? Oh, there's a focus digit here by Sudoku. Interesting. The focus value here, row 3, column 7, would be 10. Here 11, here 12. The maximum value of these two, without a focus digit. Hang on, yes, 1, 2, 3 are used up in this row. So the minimum value here is 4 and 5 there, and focus here, which would be 10, is 19. So one of these has to be focus, because there's only 2 of them, and they add up to at least 19. And these cells now are all green and natural. And the focus value here is going to be row 4, column 7, 11 or 12. Oh, well, there is a maximum there, isn't there? 12 plus a natural 8 seem to be the 2 maxima for those cells. And that gives a maximum n for this line of 20, but we've just discovered a minimum n for this line of 19. So n on this line, we don't normally deal in 19s and 20s for 2 cell lines, but here we are. This has got to have a 4 on it. The other natural digit is going to be 5 or 6, because the focus value here is at least 10. 10, 11, or 12. 12 might be too high. 12 is too high. We said the maximum value here is 20. If that was the focus cell, that would be 12. These would have to be a 4 and a 5. That takes us up to 21. So this is not, it could be the 4, but it's not the focus cell. Now there's only one focus cell available in column 9, and we worked out that its value here is 16. It's row 7, column 9. So these two are a 9-7 pair, because they're natural, adding up to that 16. Now, this is not focus, nor are these two, and this line is fully normal. There's quite a few fully normal lines already. We've got focus in one of these 2 cells. If it's here, this is row 5, column 2. That would be worth at least 7. So that could only be 1 or 2, and that could only be 8 or 9. If it's here, This is focus value 8. That would have to be a 1, and that would have to be a 9. That is the single cell equivalent. So whichever of these is focus is useful, but we don't know which one it is. Now, we can't have a 7 here. So the value of these two cells, we have to get it up to 19. If this was the focus digit, its worth is 11. And this would be an 8, and that would be 19. But these would be 4, 5. Yes, there's a problem. Right. In this 2 by 2, the two focus cells are either there or there. But there's a problem with them being, which way round? With them being this way round. Because that would have a value of 11, plus the 4 and 5 is 20. Whereas this focus would have a value of 11, as well as that, that's true, but this is not allowed to be 9. So it can't be those two, they're green. It must be these two that are focus, and that's not a 4, because 4 is one of the natural digits here, along with 5 or 6. In fact, we might have narrowed this down. This has a focus value of 10, and this one is 12. Right, so 19 won't work because we can't put a 7 there anymore. So that's a definite 8. The focus value is 20. This one is worth 10, so that is now a definite 4, 6 pair. It's very strange that these red cells, we know their exact value, although we have no idea what digit goes in them. Well, this one we have some idea now, because it sees a 1, 2, 3 triple, a 4, 6 pair, and an 8. So that is 5, 7, or 9. And we can just ignore that digit. Its value is of no importance. It's where it goes. Now, what on earth else do we do next? Oh, hang on. We studied this line. I didn't study this, but this is good now. That has a value of 12. And these are natural, and they're not 1, 2. Excellent. They're 3, 4, and 5. Oh, these have got pushed up quite high. Well, that's interesting. That's interesting. These two cells, let's mark them purple. This one can't be any more than 8. This one could be a 9. So they've got a maximum value together of 17. And that is the same as the sum of these 4 cells. So these 4 max at 17, but the minimum for those two, which see a 1, 2 pair and a 3, 4, 5 trio in the column, is 6 and 7. And that would leave these being 1 and 3 at the max. There's 1 degree of freedom again here. So these are either 6, 7 or 6, 8. One of them is a 6. These are 1, 2 or 1, 3. One of them is a 1. And these two, what is the minimum here? 6, 7, 1, 2, 16. These two add up to at least 16 between them. So this is 7 or 8, and that is 8 or 9. Okay, well that was interesting. Now it hasn't decided about the red cell over here. Oh, where does 9 go in this column? It goes in the red cell at the top. That was obvious for a while. Oh, that makes this digit 8. Well, that's taken away our degree of freedom in this comparison, hasn't it? 8 plus 8 there leaves us the minimum 16 here with a 6, 7 pair and a 1, 2 pair. And let's get rid of the corner marks. And now we can put 8 in the box. And the other digits are 3, 4, and 5. Let's take 8. Let's take purple out of those cells. Now, this is either the 6, 2 pair or the 7, 1 pair, and this is the other version of that. And these add up to 8 as well, and they don't have a 7 in, so they're either 2, 6 or 3, 5. If they're 2, 6, this can't be a 2 because of the 1, 2 pair. This is a super puzzle. I really like how this works. Didn't Simon do something very similar with, I don't think they were called focus cells, but I think he was working on them in a similar manner. Don't know. Anyway. The trouble is, oh, this can't, I was going to say we don't know anything about what goes in the red cells, but we do. There are a set of the different digits 1 to 9, and we've had 9, so this can't be 9. So where is 9 in this row? We now know it's there, and that is the sum of this line. Now, if this was a focus, its value is 7, and that would be a 2. But otherwise they're a natural pair adding to 9. Yeah, I don't know which it is. 8, 7, 9. It's strange that these didn't work themselves out. We've got these adding to 12 as well, so they include a 1 and a 2. It's either 1, 2, 3, 6 or 1, 2, 4, 5. So this red can't be a 1 or a 2, is that? No, that's not very interesting. Well, the red that appears here can't be a 1 or a 2 because of that pair. And that can't be a 1 or a 2 because of the trio in the box. Maybe 1, 2s on red are interesting. This cell is interesting first because in this row we've had a 1, 2, 3 triple, a 4, 6 pair, 8 and 9. This must be 5 or 7. On its what do I call this? On its region sum line, that is 5 or 7. They're both natural digits. And the third edition of those in rows 1, 2, 3 is somewhere up here, isn't it? I think it is. That gives us a sort of 5, 7 virtual pair between those and that cell with 4, 6 here. That digit has to appear somewhere up here as well. Yeah, I don't know what's going on. Okay, how about this equivalent region sum line? Those are the same, and that digit must appear in these cells, but it could sit in a red one. I'm probably going to have to do some work with the red cells in a moment, but I don't know how to do it. Okay, here's a question. Where does 8 go in red? Not here, not here, 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 or here by Sudoku. Not here. So the red 8 is either down here or here. Oh, well, I'm going back to the question about where do 1 and 2 go as well. The places they're not allowed are here, here, and here. So the places they are allowed are boxes 6, 8, and 7. I need to know more about box 7 somehow. Well, do we know about this? I don't think so. It might have an 8 on it, or it might not. I haven't really got any information. Oh, that digit is going in one of these cells. 3, 4, 5, 8, 9, 1, 2, 8. That digit is going in one of these. I don't know. I'm scratching around for something here. 10. This line is basically done. This line is done. This line has a pair here that add to 8. Now, I haven't thought about this for hour. This is row 3, column 5. Ah, this is vital. We've got an 8 sum on this line. If this was a focus cell, it would have a value of 8 all on its own. It's row 5, column 3, if I said it the other way around. And that cell would bust it. So that is green. Oh, this is big. So that's red. These are green. One of these two is red. And this one is not 1 or... Oh, we knew that wasn't going to be 1 or 2. 1, 2, 8... 9. 1, 2, 8, 9. What on earth is going on? We've got a 9 in one of those cells. I haven't figured that out. We've got 8 in one of those cells. I don't know, 1, 2 something here. I don't know where I'm meant to be figuring this out from because I can't work it out at all. Oh, hang on, where does 1 go in this box? It's not forced into the red, no. It's not in any of these, and it's not there because of the 1, 2 pair. So 1 and 2 are confined to those cells. And that could have some impact here. I'm missing the point here. Let's go slowly and figure it out. Oh, this pair was going to add... Oh, it's this, isn't it? This has a value of 7, row 5, column 2. So that's a 2. Doesn't that do anything? It puts 2 in one of those 2 cells. It stops it being in the corner. And that means one of these 2 is a 2 in this box where there's a 1, 2, 3 triple. And now that is a 1, so it did do something. That is a 2. There's no 1 in those cells, so it's up in the corner there. Now there's a 1 in that group with the 9. 2 is somewhere up here. Oh, goodness me. I'm so sorry. There we go. Let's not deal with that at the moment. 9, 2, 1, 8. 4, 6 pair, 7, 9 pair. What can we do with that? That line's suddenly done. That we got the 1 and this 2, 3 pair. Why is that not sorting anything else out? I don't know. This pair adds up to 8 and doesn't have a 2 in, so it's either 1, 7 or 3, 5. If it's 1, 7, that digit can't be a 1 because of the 1, 2 pair. I mean, this is not very limiting. I can't believe that that 2 didn't help me more. The red cells? Now we've got a bit more certainty up here. I don't think anything's happened with the red cells. 5, 7, one of these is a 5 or a 7. I don't think the red cells have gone very exciting. Oh, hang on, these 3 can't be 2 anymore. None of those can be 2 just because of this digit. That can't be 2. 2 on a red is in one of these pairs. There's a very interesting ramification there. It probably doesn't matter. But I think it means that whichever domino 2 is in, the other domino can't have a 2 in it. Because it's either going to be sitting next to a digit 2 or sitting next to... I don't know. Maybe I've gone wrong. I don't think it matters. Maybe I've gone wrong there. 1, 2 here. Eight, 3, 4, 5. 9, 2, 1, 8. Those are the same digit. If they were different, that would tell me something about these. Oh goodness, I don't know what I meant to be getting at here. Sorry. Just bear with me while we find what's going on. You may be shouting it at the screen by now. This can't be 2, 9, 8 or 7. Is it 7 in red? No, it was going to be 1 in red. That can't be 1 in red. That can't be because of this pair. This one seems quite likely to be the 1, because if it's not there, it's not here where 1 is on this line. Oh, this line is important. I'm going to come back to that. But 1 is either there or there. And if it's here, then we've got a virtual 1, 2 pair. Actually, we've got to have a virtual 1, 2 pair between those cells for this column. Oh, maybe we know more about this. It can't be 3, 4, 5 or 8 according to this box, and it can't be 1 or 2 according to this box. This digit is 6, 7 or 9, and it repeats somewhere down here. That's not enough. I need to find out how these 8 lines are breaking up. They've got to do something for me soon. Okay, I was going to come back to this line. This is either 1, 2, 3, 6 or 1, 2, 4, 5. So it doesn't contain 7, 8 or 9. So the 8 in the box is in one of these 2 cells. By Sudoku, we've got those 2 8s. The 8 in column 9 is in one of those 2. That's interesting. What about 7 and 9? This, if it was 7 or 9, would also have to appear here. In fact, where is 9 in red? Oh, it's there. We've done it already. So where's 7 in red? 7 could be anywhere. I don't think we've narrowed down 7 in red at all. This can't be 2 in red. 2, 9, 8, 7. Oh dear, I don't know. I don't know what we're meant to be spotting at all. Well, I have not used this line enough, so it's time to think about this line. No, I know. It's time to think about where 9 goes in row 5. Look at that. This 9 sees that cell. This is red, and it's been 9 already. These are pencil marked with other digits. That can't be 9 because of the 7-9 pair, so that is 9. This is 7. And now, these can't be a 7 in red. But that could be, and these could be. But still, something's happened. That can't be 9. 7 is now in one of these 4 cells. 9 has appeared on this line because of 9, 9 and 9, ruling out all of those cells in box 4. So this line adds, I didn't really want a minimum digit. This line adds up to at least 10. I thought I was getting somewhere. I did. Oh, 9 in this box? Yes, 9 in this box can't be on the blue line, and it can't be there or there by Sudoku, and it's not in red because we've already had 9 in red. So 9 in this box is in one of those 2, and now that digit is 9 because of Sudoku all over the shop, and that digit is 8. Just give me 1 second. Sorry, so that digit is 8. We've got an 8 in one of those 2 cells by Sudoku. Got 9, 8, so at least something's occurring now. 8 in red can't be there or there. It is either here or here. One of these is an 8. That will stop all of these cells being 8 if we need it to do so. That nearly puts 8 in one of those. No, it doesn't. It doesn't. 8 is in one of those 2. It's interesting. 8 there, 8, and an 8 in one of these. 2, 2, 2, the rivals. Oh, goodness, that digit. No. I don't know what to focus on. Again, let's think about this. This is either 1, 2, 3, 6. Or 1, 2, 4, 5. Oh, this digit is 3, 4, 5 or 6 because it sees 1, 2 in the row and it sees 8, 9, 7 in the box. And that's 2 of the digit. This digit is also 3, 4, 5 or 6. And that's quite interesting because 2 digits from 3, 4, 5, 6 are on this line and 1 is there. And now we've got 3 of them in the column. So these can't, well, these can't be 1, 2 pair, because then we couldn't fit 1 and 2 into this column. At the moment, we could put 1 there and 2 here. In fact, 2 in this column now has to be in one of those cells. So they don't contain a 2. These do. This is either 1 or the other digit from 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh, I feel like I'm clutching at something now, but I don't know how it works. Trying here. If that, we've got to have a red 7. That's not interesting. Oh, hang on. If that was a 7, where would red 7 go? It would have to be here. That's interesting. Is that able to be ruled out at all? I just don't know. I just don't know. Is that 2987? This could be 1. That's the annoying thing about this cell. 5 or 7. This one can't be 897 or 2. This could be 1. I just can't rule that out. I feel like if I did rule that out, what would happen? I don't know what would happen. It's just like there's almost enough information, but not quite. Oh, that 7's looking at this digit. Sorry if you've been shouting that. 6 there, 2 there to make this add up to 8. Then we get 1 and 7 on the other line. Right. 1 there says that's not a 1, and those don't have 1 in. So the 1 in red is in one of those 2 cells, or one of those 2 places. 7? No, that hasn't changed. 6. 7 in row 5 is in one of these 3. 8. 8 is, well, I've known this for ages. 8 is down there. Now, if that was a 9-8 pair, this would add up to 17. How would that be achieved? Either 9 would be in it or 764. If 764 was in it, those would both be 9s. If that was 764, where does 2 go in the row? 2 is in one of those cells, so it's not here. 2 is on this line. No, hang on. Where does 2 go in the row? Yes, 2 is on this line, so it's not in those cells. The marking of 2 there was to say that one of these is the red 2. We now know it's over here. So this is where the red 2 goes. There is a 2 on this line. I'm tempted to say it can't be 9-8. If it was 9-8, that would be 17. This would have to be 2 plus a pair adding to 2, 6, 9. Those would both be 7s. Oh, that could work. That's annoying. Oh, I thought we were getting there, and we're not. We're not. 3, 4, 5, 8, 2. These digits are from 1, 6, 7, 9. Ah, hang on. 5 and 7, whatever this digit is, let's call it yellow. It's up here somewhere, along with 2. And that's a 2, 5, 7 triple. This is now a 1, 3 pair. That's interesting information, surely. 3 is in one of those cells and one of those cells. 3 is up here. 2, 9, 3, 1. These, oh, I don't know, 3, 4 and 6 still to go somewhere. And the other digit from 5 or 7, which is here. Nine, 7, 2, 8. These are from 4, 5, 6, 7. That's so uninteresting, it's pathetic. Oh, come on, Mark. I can't figure this one out. Is it 7? No, well, hang on. We got down to one of these. We've got 2 there, 9. I wish I could eliminate more of these things. We need a 1 in a red cell. It's either there or there. And that means that digit isn't 1. Thrilling, isn't it? Oh, hang on. If we could rule 1 off this line, that would be thrilling. Right, if this line had a 1, it would be a 9-1 pair, and they would add to 10. And this might, oh, this doesn't have a, oh no, it might have a 1 in it. Oh, bother. But it's got a 2 in it, so it would either be 127 or 235. If it was 235, that would be 4, that would be 6. This would be too high. Oh, that's quite an important point. If these digits are all low, right, where do 6, 7 and 9 go in this row? Well, 6, that could be 2 of them. Wow, I want to say they can't have 2 of them here. That would be really useful. We can't put one of them on, oh no, we can put 6 here. Oh, bother. Okay, where does 7 and 9 go in this row? One of them there, and one of them at least on this line. You can't put both of them on this line, because then it adds up to 18 and we can't achieve that here. So of 7 and 9 in this row, one of them's on this line and one of them is here. This digit is 7 or 9. And one of them is here. And oh, I'm desperate to say that this can't be 9-1, but this could be 2-7-1. And that would end up being a 1-2 pair. And that's really touch and go. Oh, it's just possible. So frustrating. I'm sorry, I'm probably being an absolute numpty about some aspect of the puzzle now. But I can't help it. It's what I do. We've got a 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 quad along here. Why hasn't this pair got a bit more resolved? It's cruel. It's cruel and unusual torture. 9, 8. Where's 7 down here? That's in one of these cells as well. Yeah, okay, let's just go back to this point that there's either a 7 or a 9 on this line. If there's a 9 on it, we know there's a 9 up there, then 2 and the other digit here have to add up to the other digit here. Oh, can I go back to ruling out 9-1 as a pair here? This would have to be 2-7-1, 9 there. These would be from 3, 4, 5, 6. They would have to add up to 9, and that would be a 1-2 pair. I cannot see how that gets resolved. There's probably a very, very simple way. Somewhere in this puzzle I just need to ask, where does X go in box Y, and we'll be finished. I might be wrong about that, but I feel like I'm really missing something big. 8 is in one of those 2 cells. Where's 8 in red? Haven't we said it's either there or there? I think we have, but I don't think it does anything. 2, we know 2's down here. Come on, use that. Or the 7-9 thing. Oh, where's 7 in red? Why is that not easier? Is 7 in red really still available in all of these places? And there? That's so frustrating. And I don't think 5's been eliminated. Oh, well, hang on. What's the red digit? We know the red digit here is 2. We know that. We know there's a digit 2 here and 1 here. We know that pair adds up to 8 and that pair. And I just can't see what else we know. we know something else. This is very frustrating, but I'm going to get to the bottom of this. Determined at the moment. These digits are from 1, 6, 7, 9. Because they're not 3, 4, 5, 8, or 2. In fact, one of them is definitely a 1. Oh, it's all about this line. I just need to figure it out. This digit is 3, 4, 5, or 8. If it was 3, 4, or 5, that would be a triple, and that digit would be a 2, and this would be a 1. If it's 8, oh, if it's 8, then the red 8 has to be here, and that would be 8. Okay, that is possible. So it's still all about this line. If that was 3, 4, 5, that would be 2. This would be either, no, 8 has to be here. If that's 3, 4, or 5, these add up to 17. Then this has to be 2, 6, 9. And we get 8, 7, 1 and 3, or 1 and 4, or 1 and 5 there. I just don't understand why I can... This line seems to me to either be 279 or 271. If that was right, I don't think it is. It could be 235, couldn't it? Have I ruled that out? Yes, I have. Because it has to have either a 7 or a 9 on it. So it's minimum 10, maximum is 17. And this pair has a 9 on, but it doesn't have 6 or 7 or 2. It's something to do with this, and it's absolutely blindingly obvious, and I can't see what it is. It's so frustrating. I'm sorry for you. This is really annoying at this point, I know. But I can't see what I'm meant to be doing. 3, 4, 5 triples everywhere. What about this? Not 8, 9, 7, or 2. 1, 3, 4, 5, or 6. 2 is the red digit here. If that was a 1, that's a 1. There's a 1 down here. That would be 3, 4, 5, or 6. That pair adds up to 8. If they were 3, 5, this would be 4 or 6. This pair adds up to 8. If this were 1, 7, that would be a 1, that would be 2, that would be 6. We'd have 7 there and 6 there. This would be 3, 4, or 5 in red as well. I don't know. I need to figure this one out, maybe. This can't be 1, 9, 2, or 3. What else have we got to have in red? All of the other things. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Still to place. Oh, it's got to be this line. There's a 9 on it, Mark. There's a 9 on it. Oh, hang on. If that was 1 and that was 1, there'd be no 1 on this line. And wouldn't that cause a problem in this row? Oh no, we've worked out that these could be the digits from 3, 4, 5, 6. Have a quad there. And have 2, 1, and either 9 or 7 here. Leading to that being either 9, 1 or 9, 3. Which would use one of the other digits from the 8 pairs. Just don't know. Okay, if this was an 8, 8 in red would have to be in one of these cells, and that would be 8. Now what would that do? Okay, let's go back to this being 9, 8. Maybe again, I'm just missing why that's falsifiable. this would be 269. 7 there and there, and 7 would have to appear somewhere here. These would be from 3, 4, 5, 6. They're either a 3, 6 pair or a 4, 5 pair on this 12 line. And that would be 1, 2. So this would be 3, 4, 5, 6 as well. I'd just quite like to rule out this being a 1. That would be something at this point. Those are slightly look-alike, but they're not really. This digit can't be 2 or 3 in this row. I've got to find space for a 1 in this column somewhere. And if 2's not there, it's here. And if 3's not there, oh, 3 can get into box 4, unfortunately. I don't think this can be 3 for some reason. 3, 2, 7 would be a total of 12, and that would be 9, 3. Maybe it could be. I just cannot get this last bit of breakthrough. This is all we need. Goodness, I'm feeling very foolish at the moment. What should I be looking at, guys? 1 somewhere here, but it might be on this line. Okay, if it was on this line, that's a 2, 1 pair, and that's a 7. And this has to be 9, 1. And that would have to be red 1. So we'd be getting 1s in all of these positions. Something goes wrong with the red cells somewhere. I mean, it's the most fatuous thing I could ever say at this point, but it is true. Something is going wrong with the red cells somewhere, and I can't see what it is anywhere. 192 can't be there. This looks so likely to be 8, because otherwise 8 has. This can't be 8. We do know that. This is 3, 4, 5, 6, or 7. Oh, is it fair to say that whatever digit is yellow, 5 or 7, can't be in any of these red cells? That is fair, but it doesn't exactly populate the grid, does it? No, it doesn't. There's some line. I'm just not doing a line somewhere. 10, 8. Well, we've done that. I've worked that one out. This one is definitely done. This one is done apart from that pair adding to 8. This one apart from that pair. This one is done. This needs its 1, 2, 3, 4, or 1, 2, 3, 6, or 1, 2, 4, 5. Okay, let's imagine that was a 6. That would be 4. And this would be 3 or 5, which forces this not to be 3, 5. This would have to be 6, 2. So I'm imagining that was 6. That would be 6, and that would be 6. We'd have a 2 here. I don't think that does anything. It just forces that to be a 2. Oh, this is another alternative. If this digit wasn't a 2, it's a 5, 7 pair created, and this has to be 9. Putting 9 in, sorry, one of those two cells. This would not be 5. If that was 5, 7, 8, 9 in the column. Oh dear, 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 it's not going anywhere, is it? I'm so frustrated. We're nearly an hour now and I just don't even know how to keep going in this. 192, maybe these first few columns that I really haven't studied enough in some ways. There's a 7 in one of those cells. For this to be 1, 7, it's here. And if that's a 7, 7 in red, it's going to be, if that's a 7, it makes this a 5, and then that makes that a 7. So if that's a 7, red 7 is there. Then we've got a 7 in one of those two. And we found red 7 over there. So 7 in one of those two. It's not here. Let's just think about this for a second. 7 in one of these three, which is not strong, but still, this is the most interesting moment I've had thinking about yellow being different from this. In fact, let's make that purple 5 or 7 just to see what happens. Because we've got yellow up there, purple here. And that can't be red again. That's my point. So purple would be in one of these three cells automatically. If that was a 7, that was where I was starting this chain. Purple is that 7. Then we've got these 7s in play. 7 in one of those two. 7 in one of those two. 7 in therefore in one of these three. I just don't know about the 7s in boxes 2 and 8. Well, that wouldn't be 7, so this would have to be 7. Oh, bother. That would have to be 7 if this was 7. And then we'd have 9s on this blue line. And that would put 9 in one of these two. And I can't see the problem with that at all. Not even if it's sort of interfering with the red cells here. Oh, 2 goes on a red cell here, and over here it goes in the other cell. If this was a 1-2 pair, that's pushing 1 into the same row as 2. Is that doing anything interesting? It's the sort of interaction that is quite surprising in modifier cell puzzles, and sometimes does do something, but I don't see what it does here. I'm even considering the X-wing between a 3-5 pair there and that 3-1. That X-wing's important because it would create a 5 X-wing here as well, which would mean there'd be a 5 X-wing in columns 7 and 8, as well as a 3 X-wing, and then 3 and 5 would have to go in these cells, so that would be either 3 or 5, and one of these would be 3 or 5 along with 2. And these digits would be 2, 3, 5, and that would be a 4-6 pair, and this would be 1. And what does that do? That means 1's in this pair of reds. This is this being a 3-5 pair. And that digit would be 2. So you'd have 5, 7 here, and that would have to be 3. So if this is a 3-5 pair, that is 3. So this can't be 5. Done a tiny deduction, and it's taken ages. But let's keep thinking about this being 3-5. Because now that would be 3. And those wouldn't be. This would be 3 or 5. We worked that out. Come on, Mark, keep going. 3, 5 there would double X-wing 3 and 5 down here. So that would be 4 or 6. This would be 2. We'd have 3, 5, 2 here. That would be 4 or 6. That would be 4 or 6. This would have to be 1, and it wouldn't be green. I've worked that out twice now. These would be the same digit, 4 or 6. And then that would probably go here, but it might go here, and I don't know the answer to that. But I feel like I'm getting somewhere slightly now. 3, 5 there. Looks like it's less likely than 6, 2. If that's a 5, that's a 5. And then one of these 3 is a 5. Come on. Oh, I just don't know. Again, these include 5 of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So these include all of 7, 8, 9. And one of the digits 3, 4, 5, or 6. Cannot see how to work this out. It's a really clever puzzle, but it's absolutely throwing me for a loop now. It's so frustrating. 8, 9 are over here. 2, 1. I just want to rule out this being 9, 1, but then this would be 2, 7, 1. These would be from 3, 4, 5, 6, but if that was a well, now I'm doing double if statements. That's not good. That's not where we want to be. We want to be working out what the red things are. This one is not 1, 9, 2, or 3. The thing down here surely is going to be the 1, although it could still be there. If this was 1, that would be 1. This would be a 1, 2 pair. This would be useful. This would be useful to work out. Why can't this be a 1? I bet this can't be a 1. A red 1 here, what would it do? This is quite an interesting point. This digit sees all of these 3 red cells. So if that wasn't a 1, I don't know. I feel like the 1's going to be down here, but I cannot prove it. I can't get there. It's so frustrating. This purple digit is not there. It's in one of those 3, but it could be here. That's annoying in its own right. If purple was there, we could rule out purple from here. 9, 8, 1. I just cannot see this. I'm feeling remarkably daft at the moment. 8 minutes have gone by with me achieving next to nothing. Okay, let's try and rule out 1 from here. That would be incredibly useful. If that was 1, that would be 1, and we'd have the 2, 1 pair here. Now 1 in red would also again have to be here. And that doesn't work. Okay, it's that simple. Good grief. Right, if that was 1, that's a 1 in box. It's really straightforward. 10 or 15 minutes at this point. That would put a 1 down here. But the red 1 would now have to be in this pair. That's an X-wing in rows 8 and 9. And you'd have to have a 1 in those cells, but none of them can be. So this is not a 1. So the 1 in this row is now forced into this pair of cells, which are now a 9, 1 pair. And there we go. We get an 8 here, because 8 has to go somewhere in the row. We're going to do this now. That is not 8 in the red cell. That is 8. And absolutely, it's become 8 in the red cell down here. So that's not 1. The red 8... Oh no, hang on, that's not true. We've forced 8 into one of these cells. No, it is also 8 in the red cell. We know the red cell here is a 2. We do need a red cell 8, and that has to be here. What I was going to say is we've forced 8 into those cells, but it's not necessarily red, but it is necessarily red. So that's where the 8 goes. The 1 in red is now definitely here. where I was trying to rule it out. And I should have been ruling it in. This adds up to 10. Now, this I want to say is 127. I'm not sure. It's got a 2 in it, so it could be 235, except that that puts 4, 6 there, and this would be 1 with a very high digit, which is impossible. So this is 127. The 7 goes there. This is a 2-1 pair. This is a 9 on the blue line. We're going to do this, guys. There's a 9 in one of those two cells by Sudoku. Oh, the reds, how are they getting on? That is not 7. 7's in one of those two. Still haven't sorted out these 8 pairs. That 1, though, goes into here. We get 3 and 1. We are now on a 1-2 pair down here. And that digit is 3, 4, 5, or 6. That 1 sees that cell, and now we know this 8 pair is a 3, 5 pair. That digit is not 3 or 5. 3, 5, 1, 9, 8, 2. These other digits, that is 4 or 6, and this is 4, 6, or 7, not 7. So that is the 7 in the box by Sudoku. And now we could take 7 out of any other red cell, like that one, which becomes a 5. These two become 7s. That's a 2-7 pair. Okay, bye-bye purple and yellow colouring. You've done your job. It wasn't much. 5 has appeared in red, so 5 comes out of all these other red cells, which are a 3, 4, 6 triple. I wish that helped. I really do. Still not resolved on this 8 pair, but we've got a 4, 6 pair in this column, so that's a 3, 5 pair. 7, 1, 2, 3, 5, 8, 9. This digit is 4 or 6. Up here we've had a 1, 8, 7, 2, 3, 9. That can't be 7. We're selecting from 4, 5, 6 up there as well. Is this column not doing it? Not quite. How about this column? Any doubles or triples coming out to play? No. This 1, 2, this pair adds up to 9. From 3, 4, 5, 6. That one can't be 3, so this can't be 6. This can't be 5, so that can't be 4. This pair adds up to 9 as well. They're just the digits, not the values. I mean, I'm done with all the lines. That was long ago and far away. So much better than it was today. 7 in this column, no. 7 is somewhere here and somewhere up there. These 7 cannot be in those. 5 must be in that pair. And I know 5's in that pair and in that pair. And that doesn't tell me what's going on here. Good Lord, it's still a struggle. 1, 2, that pair adds up to 9. 3, 4, and 6. What are they going to tell me somewhere? Absolutely nothing. Whatever that pair is can't go there. I can't believe this is still a struggle. Those are 1 and either 6 or 7. These are therefore, these don't have a 7 in, so that's a 1, 7 pair. There we go. So this is a 2, 6 pair, including the red 2. That is now not a 6. We've got 3, 4, 5 to populate the column. 1, 7 here, 9, 2, 8. That is also 3, 4, 5, or even 6. In fact, one of these two is a 6. Still, I'm just not getting the information. That can't be 6. This can't be 3, because these two have to add up to 9 just as much as those two do. So if that's not 6, this is not 3. So the only possible red 3 is now here. And that's not a 3 as well. And we can place 3 in box 2. And this is a 4, 5 pair that we know that can't be 5 because of row 2 needing 1. And also where it is in row 1, these include, oh look, I've got a 4, oh sorry, knocked something off my desk, got a 4-6 pair here, that's a 3-5 pair, that is 6, that is 2, we've done the last 8 line, and this digit is a 4, that's all it can be. That makes this a 3 and this a 6, so they add up to 9 on my 12 line, that's a 4 in red, that's a 6 in red, this is going to get us home I hope, 6, 6, not quite hosed down yet. That digit's a 5. Still scared of these bottom 2 rows. That's become a naked 7. Right, that's going to sort out 7, 1. Here come the bottom 2 rows. 1, 2, 2, 6. I feel like that's 6, but hang on. Let's do the red cells, which include the 2 there. So these ones are green, and that is the red 8. So now we can place 9. This is not 8. 9, 8, 6, 1, 7, 2. That is not 8 either. That is 8. This is 5 in the box. That's 3 in the corner. That's 3 in the spot. Light losing its religion. We've got a 4-6 pair there. That's become a 4. That's a 6 in the box. Got a 3-5 pair in the row. So that's 4. That's 5. Still haven't actually resolved that bit. This is 4 and 5. Done the middle 3 columns. And now we're doing the last 3 columns, apart from 1 pair. 6 and 4 there are done. That does 4, 5 at the top. That does 3, 5 here. That does 3, 2. That does 1, 2. That does 1, 9. And there, no, still got this 3, 5 to write in. But there we go. What a struggle. What an amazing puzzle. Absolute genius. I suspect I was terribly bad at that and probably missed some major deduction. The ones I found were all pretty difficult, but the ones I missed may have been much more straightforward. Thank you so much for watching. What a relief. I love getting to the end of puzzles like that. I just love it. I can't tell you how much I enjoy myself when it's over. Thank you for watching. I will see you again soon. Bye for now.